Protests in Canada over COVID-19 mandates have been plagued by misinformation and falsehoods. The so-called Freedom Convoy was announced last month by a group called Canada Unity. Its founder is a supporter of QAnon conspiracy theories. The protests have since garnered the support of right-wing conservative media groups. The movement has also inspired a few similar demonstrations globally. CBS News technology reporter Dan Patterson joins me now for more. Dan, what are some of the examples of conspiracy theories and false claims surrounding protests that you can tell us about?
Hi, Tarika. It's good to see you. So these Freedom Convoy conspiracies have been kind of ubiquitous across social media sites like Facebook and messaging sites like Telegram, even fake websites that apparently, according to reporting by The Grid, have been run by content farms in Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Romania. So some of the conspiracies on these sites are pretty similar to what we've seen in QAnon conspiracies. There are claims that elites are trafficking children by airplane, and that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is controlled by the World Economic Forum. All of these, of course, are fake. These conspiracies are often laced with anti-Semitism and white supremacist memes.
And, in this day and age, Dan, there is so much information out there for people to gather on their own, interpret on their own. But why has misinformation, do you think, had such an influence on the protests in the first place?
That's right, Jarika. Look, small groups on social media can have an oversized impact because often they're able to manipulate the algorithms on social media sites. So according to reporting by The Atlantic, they really dug into the numbers here. They found that most misinformation, at least according to the misinformation on these trucker convoys, comes from what they call a teeny hyperactive group of abusive users. According to their research, just the top 1% of accounts were responsible for 35% of all observed interactions.
Do you think it would take an intentional effort by some then to put out more information that is correct when you're bombarded with so much misinformation?
Well, it's often hard to correct misinformation with good information because the algorithms do amplify or they emphasize engagement. And oftentimes the most outrageous information gets the most clicks and reaffirms the algorithm, training it to produce or to amplify additional misinformation.
So, it really is incumbent on the people that are subscribing to this to hopefully do some of their own research. Social media sites like Facebook and Twitter have been used as platforms to spread some of this bad information, if you will. What makes these sites so popular and appealing to bad actors? I think it's probably because they know that there's so many people on the platforms, but that's where they continue to target folks.
Yeah, look, the biggest target is, or the biggest platform is often the best target. But, look, it's often that bad actors are able to stay one step ahead. They can innovate and they can use new technology faster because they don't have to play by the rules. Law enforcement is pretty accustomed to this with criminals who, again, don't have to play by the rules. On social media, bad actors and conspiracy theorists don't have to follow any rules. They can simply pump bad information into the system and get the results that they're looking for.
Yeah, and over the last couple of years, we've also seen some of those platforms take more of a stance when it comes to that. Dan Patterson, thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.